Shows Larry Sanders and Rip Torn backstage. Torn.
All right, Larry. Are you ready for this? Your 50th episode of The Gary Shandling Show.
Sanders.
Uh-huh. Who's the guest?
Torn.
First up, it's Johnny Carson.
Sanders. Wait. Johnny Carson actually agreed to come on this show? Torn.
We convinced him we needed a big star for the 50th. After Johnny, it's Dudley Moore, who has a new movie coming out called 11. And after that, Mimi Blumfeld, a comedian.
Sanders. God, now I'm so nervous. I can't believe I'm going to get to interview Johnny Carson. Torn.
Now don't worry. Everything will be great. So whenever you're ready, George is already out there warming up the crowd.
Sanders. God, I hate Kennedy. Are you sure Jeffrey Tambor is still alive? Torn.
Afraid so. Go get him.
Pardo.
It's the Gary Shandling Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Shandling.
Applause, applause, applause. Sanders.
Thank you. So today is our golden episode, number 50, for the Gary Shandling Show.
Applause, applause, applause.
I was going to get the staff a golden calf, but Moses would have none of it. So even though you're probably already done hearing about it, I was going to give a few minutes talking about Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock.
Cuts to 5 minutes later. Half the audience is left. One person hung themselves from the ceiling. Sanders.
And that's why I think Will should have used his left hand. Wow, that did not go well. You know when dead people start hanging themselves, you know you bombed. Well, we'll be right back with Johnny Carson.
Torn comes on, whispers.
Okay, Johnny said don't ask him about Will Smith.
Sanders.
That won't be a problem. Half the audience filed out.
Torn.
He also doesn't want you to bring up anything about his personal life, nor Ed McMahon, nor The Tonight Show.
Sanders.
Wait, Johnny Carson doesn't want me to bring up The Tonight Show? What am I supposed to talk about? Is he like Leno and at least likes cars or something?
Torn.
You'll be fine. Go get him.
As Torn leaves, Sanders says,
welcome back to the show, a very special one indeed, this being our 50th episode. And we are beyond excited to have on as a guest one of my personal heroes, the late, great Johnny Carson.
Carson comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Waves to the crowd. Shakes hands with and whispers to Sanders. Goes to shake George Kennedy's hand, but George is sleeping. And then sits. Carson.
Boy, I wish Ed had slept like that a little bit more.
Sanders becomes nervous to not discuss Ed McMahon and says,
here's Johnny.
Carson politely laughs. Sanders.
So, Johnny, welcome to the show. I can't tell you how honored I am for you to be here.
Carson.
Well, Larry, I'm happy to be here.
Torn next to Helena Hutchins behind the camera yells, cut. Carson.
What's the problem?
Sanders.
Well, Johnny, you called me Larry, and of course that is my real name, but we're doing a show within a show here, technically within another show. So I'm going to be my character's name, Gary Shandling.
Carson.
Now I'm confused. Why didn't you just go with your actual name?
Sanders.
The made-up Gary Shandling tested better than Larry Sanders. Go figure, right? Anyway.
Torn to Johnny.
I'm sorry about that, Mr. Carson, but for continuity purposes, we really need you to call him Gary.
Carson.
Sure.
Torn goes back behind the camera and yells, action. Sanders.
So, Johnny, welcome to the show. I can't tell you how honored I am for you to be here.
Carson.
Well, I'm here, Jerry?
Shows Torn standing by the camera putting his head in his hands. Sanders.
Anyway, how is the new show treating you?
Carson.
You know, it's good, but I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, sometimes I really miss The Tonight Show.
Sanders.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Carson sends a death stare towards Torn. Torn.
Cut.
Torn runs up to Sanders and whispers,
what did I tell you? Don't bring up The Tonight Show.
Sanders.
Are you kidding me? He brought it up.
Carson.
Guys, I've been doing this a long time. Just say and I'll take it from there.
Sanders.
Okay.
Torn goes back behind
Johnny, how is the new show treating you?
Carson.
You know, it's good, but man, I tell you what, sometimes I really miss the Tonight Show.
Sanders.
Uh-huh.
Carson.
That's all you have for me? Uh-huh. You have Johnny Carson indulging you with his time. I bring up the Tonight Show and you say, uh-huh.
Carson gets up, takes off his microphone and his suit jacket and says,
sorry guys, I can't do this.
Sanders.
Johnny, wait.
Carson turns to Sanders and asks,
what is it?
Sanders.
Well, it's just that, live from Tom's phone, we're not alive. It's Saturday Night Live, starring an ever-evolving cast that is unionized and refuses to allow their names to be mentioned until their demands are met. Musical guest, Duke Ellington, and your host, John Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, John Adams.
Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Thank you. I'm happy to finally be here. My dear friend Thomas Jefferson got to host the first episode, and I'm glad to be here on the 50th. I was told they wanted one of the founding fathers to talk about the creation of the Constitution.
George Washington comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Washington looks at Adams and says,
I'm waiting for the 75th episode. You're welcome. Enjoy the show.
Washington leaves. Adams.
Well, I guess there's a cherry tree out there somewhere that needs chopping. Anyway, I'm happy to be here because I am often overlooked by some of my more famous founding fathers.
Alexander comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Hamilton.
I hope you all enjoyed the play.
Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Can I help you, Mr. Hamilton?
Hamilton.
Oh, I was just dropping by to say that if Washington's got the 75th, I'm going to take the 100th episode. So enjoy the limelight.
Adams.
Thank you. Alexander Hamilton, everybody. So I guess he had a play or something that was popular. I don't know. Anyway, where was I?
Benjamin Franklin comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Yet another distinguished guest, the third of which to come out and interrupt my monologue. Can I help you, Benjamin?
Franklin.
No, I just wanted to fuck with you and let the audience know I'm holding out for the 125th episode. Enjoy the electricity I discovered for you.
As Franklin leaves, Adams says,
well, finally, I think I may have a moment to talk to you all about the procedural hurdles that were evident in the creation of the Constitution. First of all, logistically speaking,
Thomas Jefferson comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Oh boy, a fourth intruder?
Jefferson.
I precisely coveted to apprise you of what has frequents this situation. If any comedians come out, do not suppose what their gender consists of.
Adams.
Well, friend, I do appreciate the advice, but I've been an avid listener, so I should be fine.
Janet Belushi comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Janet Belushi, everybody.
Belushi.
Wrong. You insensitive asshole. I'm back to John now.
Adams.
Oh, my apologies, friend. Welcome back to the fairless sex.
Crystal Farley comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Adams.
Well, this must be then, Chris Farley. Chris Farley, everybody.
Farley. No, asshole, I'm still a lady. It's Crystal. And talk dumber. Adams.
I'll see what I can do. Anyway, I don't believe we'll have time to discuss the logistics of the procedural hurdles and protocols used in the forming of the Constitution. But nonetheless, we have a great show tonight. Duke Ellington is here. So take the A train as I let a song go out of my heart. We'll be right back.